Hello everyone, Tina Hoyce here from Tina Hoyce Arts, here for Stencil Girl products today. Today we're going to be working in our journals. I have my journal, which is 8 by 8. Each page is 8 by 8. I just made it, myself, a DIY type of journal. Today, the technique we're going to learn is some line drawing over our stencils. So again, start with your blank page. We're going to use M306 Cassiopeia Mini. So we're going to use this beautiful face stencil that I love. And we're also going to use the S277 pressed leaves, another very versatile stencil from Stencil Girl. So we'll put those aside. In addition to our wonderful stencils, we can, if you prefer, you can use, I'm going to use this paper, an old book page. Okay, it has to be a neutral page so you can see the colors. We're going to need some matte medium, some acrylic inks, and I chose some Indian yellow. I chose some reflex gold from Amsterdam, the Daleroni indigo, and my favorite, as you can see, nice and messy, sepia. Some water from a water bottle, and 2 jelly rolls, 1 black and 1 in white. So the first thing we're going to do is get some matte medium on our page. This is both going to allow us to stick down our paper and seal the page and get it ready for our inks and our water. Okay, so apply. You notice I have stitching from something else that I did before. That's okay. I like to tear my page and just give it some kind of, just a little bit of softness here and there. You can even crumple it if you like. Just give it some more texture and that worn look. And then we just want to place it down. I'm placing it over the seam. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, because what's perfect in life? I don't like this rough line here, so I'm just going to kind of, it's still a little wet. I just want to soften that a little bit. It's just a little too rough for me. All right. So what I like to do is wet the page again and start with my darkest color first. So in this case, I'm going to use this indigo blue. Then we're gonna, so again, just let it organically flow on your page. There's no right or wrong here. And you want to put it on the edges. Okay, and again, you can blot some out. And the paper that I have here was sent to me by a friend in Florida, and it's from Germany. And when you heat it up, it smells like vanilla. So I'm having a wonderful time playing around with that. Okay, then I'm gonna go in with my sepia. This is where you can experiment. So let's just throw in some of our reflex rose. And some of our Indian yellow. There we go. And we'll see what happens, right? Don't be afraid. Everything can be covered up. Give it a nice little spray. Start tilting it, let gravity do its thing. I think I need more water. Okay, so nothing should be happening to your page below because we sealed it with our matte medium. So I think I have too much water. So there we go. Just a little bit more of that. Never fails. I have to touch the paint. So we play around until we're happy. Alrighty, that's nice and dry. So I completely forgot to let you know that. So we're gonna need some black paint and an applicator. I'm just using a cosmetic sponge for our stencils. So that's very important. So any black acrylic paint. We're gonna take our little mini face stencil, and I'm gonna, remember that seam here that I wasn't so pleased with? I'm gonna put her, center her face right in the middle of that. Now this technique will work with any of the stencils, but I prefer these wonderful images. Okay, so just your basic standard of dabbing your paint on. You can use a different color if you like. I just like black because of the contrast. So we get that. And we'll let that dry a little bit. Okay, so here we're going to start doodling with our jelly roll. So to scribble, so you want to follow the outline of our stencil, that with a very loosey-goosey hand. Okay, so here we go. So it's going to be up and down, kind of almost as if you're writing something, but you're not really. So asemic writing, it's called, I believe. So just fill that in. Okay. Sketching. So you're just sketching over this image, making little figure eights. And continue doing that until you're satisfied with it. So creating all these lines. So you can just scribble on the outside as well. You could never have enough lines. Now we're going to add our pressed leaf stencil. So we want to kind of put her behind the leaf, right? So you don't want to put, you can put it on her face as well, but I don't like to cover her eye, but she can kind of be, and see over here. So you can tape that off or just avoid it altogether. So I'm going to go back, grab my pen, my paint. And press that in. to add a second layer, darker on the bottom of the leaf. And that should be it. So we're going to give that a dry. Here I have a couple marks that I'm not really pleased with. So I'll just take the stencil and perhaps cover it. This one with this leaf. There we go. Right. Just very lightly, almost like a shadow. So there we go. Everything overlaps when you're creating that shadow effect. And really, you don't have to worry about where you're placing this as long as it's overlapping. There we go. Okay, so once that's completely dry, we take out our white jelly roll and we trace our leaves. At this point, you can leave it if you're happy with it being black and the black acrylic paint, you can just leave it, or you can practice that line work that we did over the face, and you don't have to do every single leaf. The ones that we created as the shading, they can stay shaded, they don't have to be outlined. There you go. You can add some dots randomly, some random marks with your gel. With your jelly pen. You can just go back and add black ones on this side. And there you have it. She's all done. You can look for some found words in a book and cut them out in a novel, or you could type some up or write some with your own handwriting. I hope you enjoyed that.